It's coming. A moment wrapped in shadow and light. August 17th is not just a date on a calendar. It is a hidden doorway, a spiritual threshold, vibrating with endings and divine beginnings. The energies set in motion months ago, under the Scorpio full moon, now rise to their peak, and the cosmos whispers, "Guard your words," especially close to home. Most people will miss this. They will talk carelessly, release secrets too soon, or speak doubt into the very spaces where silence would have protected them. But you, chosen one, are here because destiny placed this message in your path. If this video found you, it is not by accident. You are being prepared for what few will even sense. Stay with me until the end. I will share the golden advice you must know for these next 48 hours. But before we continue, do 3 things. Like this video, subscribe, and type 777 in the comments to seal your intention. Share this with someone you love, and let us step through this portal together. On August 17th, the skies arrange themselves in a pattern that few astrologers speak of openly, yet the ancients understood. This is a convergence point, a threshold day. The waning moon in Scorpio stirs deep waters, urging us to release what we once clung to, while Mercury retrograde in Virgo sharpens old conversations, misaligns words, and asks us to rethink how we speak our truth. And above all, Venus aligns in a subtle trine with Neptune, creating an ethereal wave, where illusions blur, veils thin, and the realm of spirit comes closer than the realm of flesh. In astrology, trines are not just easy flows. They are rivers of energy that open portals, smooth channels between dimensions. A Scorpio moon trining Neptune in Pisces does not just whisper, it dissolves barriers between what is seen and unseen. It opens the psychic gates. This is why, on August 17th, your words are spells. What you utter, especially at home, especially with those closest to you, does not simply echo in the air. It takes root in the astral field and begins to bloom. But here lies the paradox. This same portal carries the frequency of endings and beginnings. Scorpio demands transformation, Virgo demands precision, Neptune invites surrender. Together, they test you. Will you use your words as weapons of fear or as sacred codes of light? Understand this, chosen one. August 17th is not just another transit. It is a spiritual reset point. The planets are weaving a new pattern, and those who speak carelessly risk anchoring timelines they do not want to live in. Those who guard their words, however, align with the threshold of destiny. Chosen one, if in these recent days you've felt waves crashing through your body and heart, know this: you are not broken, you are awakening. The energy of August 17th is pressing against your very cells, recalibrating your nervous system to hold more light. This is why you may feel sudden fatigue, dizziness, or even an unexplainable sensitivity, like your body is a tuning fork vibrating with cosmic frequencies. Emotionally, the tides rise and fall without warning. Tears may surface from nowhere, a deep longing may wash over you, or nostalgia may call you back to memories you thought were long buried. These are not signs of weakness. They are echoes leaving your system, karmic attachments dissolving gently so your soul can breathe freely. Dreams, too, are shifting. Vivid symbols, old faces, strange places. Your subconscious is speaking more clearly now, surfacing what has been hidden. Even ordinary sounds may feel louder, energies sharper, your spirit seeking silence and solitude. Remember, none of this is random. You are not lost. You are in alignment with the great cleansing. Surrender to it. Trust the process, even if your mind resists. What feels heavy now is being transmuted into light. Chosen one, let us go deeper. The cosmos does not move at random. Its rhythm is encoded in ancient wisdoms that civilizations before us understood, but modern minds have forgotten. On August 17th, the veil thins not because of superstition, but because this day resonates with hidden mathematics, sacred geometry, and archetypal cycles that stretch across centuries. The Egyptians knew this. They aligned their temples not only with the sun, but with Sirius, the spiritual sun, the star of resurrection. Their priests warned, on threshold days, the tongue becomes the wand. Words spoken aloud carried more weight than gold or stone. That is why, on August 17th, guarding your words is not mere advice. It is spiritual survival. The Mayans tracked time through cycles of portals, where certain days were marked by veils of dream time. They knew that when the moon and planets formed a trine, dream and waking reality touched. What you spoke, thought, or even whispered during those portals was recorded in the field of Akasha, etched into the cosmic record. No one tells you this. They tell you about horoscopes, but not about the responsibility of resonance. The Tibetans held similar rites. In their hidden monasteries, the yogis practiced tumo, the fire of transformation. During nights when the moon darkened and energies rippled through the ether, they taught that sound, mantra, was the only tool strong enough to bend fate. They would not waste words on gossip or complaints, because they knew, on days like this, every syllable became seed, and every seed became reality. And then there were the shamans of Anatolia, who saw August not as a month, but as a turning gate of the year. They danced with fire and shadow, chanting into the night, believing that portals opened where endings and beginnings intertwined. To them, to speak without awareness was to scatter your soul into fragments. Now let us bring this into your present moment. Why August 17th? Look closer at the numbers. In numerology, 1 plus 7 equals 8, and the number 8 is no ordinary digit. It is infinity turned sideways, the endless loop of cause and effect, karma and liberation. On this day, the cosmos holds up a mirror. What you send out will return, not in years, but in hours. It is instant manifestation, instant reflection. But there is more. We are in a time when humanity is awakening beyond the 7 chakras that most speak of. The ancients, from Egypt to Lemuria, whispered of 12 energy centers, 12 doors of light. August, the 8th month, activates the gateway between the crown and the soul star, the hidden 8th chakra above your head, the bridge to higher guidance. And when combined with the frequency of 17, a prime number vibrating with independence and truth, the hidden chakra system begins to hum like an awakened serpent. Even the 1111 codes, the signs you keep seeing on clocks, receipts, or license plates, are not random. They are the signal that your 12-strand DNA and 12-chakra system are aligning. When these codes appear, around days like August 17th, it is the universe saying, you are at the door. Guard your thoughts, guard your tongue, guard your heart. No one tells you this, but you are not living in ordinary time. You are standing at the edge of an initiation. Every shiver, every vivid dream, every wave of emotion you felt lately has been preparing you for this moment. This is why you may feel drawn to silence, or why conversations at home seem more charged than usual. Words spoken in anger, doubt, or despair during this transit can fracture timelines. Words spoken with intention, love, and clarity can activate your highest destiny. Remember, the ancients did not waste breath. They sang prayers, they whispered codes, they spoke prophecies into being. And now, the responsibility has returned to you. August 17th is not just a date, it is the return of the ritual, the test of the tongue, the cosmic reminder that creation begins not with the hand, but with the word. Guard it well, chosen one. The path of awakening is not only about light, chosen one, it is about stepping into the shadows with courage, because true transformation always demands a descent before the rise. The energy around August 17th carries the intensity of Scorpio, the sign of death and rebirth, the keeper of secrets, the guardian of the underworld. This is not a gentle nudge, it is a cosmic push into the places you have avoided. And yet, it is through this confrontation that liberation comes. You may already feel it. Old memories resurfacing, traumas you thought you buried knocking at the walls of your mind, ancestral wounds whispering through your bloodline. These echoes are not here to punish you. They are here to be released. You carry stories that are not even yours, patterns of fear, cycles of shame, beliefs of unworthiness inherited from generations before you. The cosmos is asking, will you continue carrying them, or will you finally set them down? Shadow work is not about glorifying pain, nor is it about drowning in sorrow. It is about looking at the wounds with unflinching honesty, holding them in your hands, and saying, you no longer control me. It will hurt, but it will free you. When the Scorpio moon pulls at your spirit, it is not trying to break you. It is demanding that you shed the skin that has long grown too tight. The snake does not weep when it releases its old scales. It knows that in order to move, it must let go. On this day, the portal magnifies what has been hidden. If you feel sudden grief, anger, or heaviness, it is not random. It is your shadow rising. The worst thing you can do is suppress it or deny it. The most powerful act is to face it. Cry if you must. Write it down. Speak it aloud in prayer. Let the energy move through you. Trauma calcifies when it is ignored. It dissolves when it is acknowledged. You are also healing more than yourself. You are dissolving ancestral chains. Think of the women and men who came before you, carrying burdens they could never release. Their silence, their fears, their unspoken dreams, they flow in your veins. But you, chosen one, are the breaking point. You are the one chosen to end the cycle, to free not only yourself, but those who will come after. This is why the pain feels so heavy. It is collective. But this is also why your healing is so sacred. The process of shadow work is alchemical. You take the lead of your suffering and transmute it into gold. Each time you face a fear, you reclaim a piece of your power. Each time you forgive yourself, you dissolve a chain. Each time you let go of a false belief, I am not enough. I must please to be loved. I am defined by my past. You step closer to your rebirth. Yes, it is uncomfortable. Yes, it will feel like dying. But what is dying is not you. It is the false self, the masks, the roles, the conditioned voices inside your head. When they fall away, what remains is truth, raw and unshakable. This is the Scorpio gift, death that leads to resurrection. So when the darkness rises within you, do not fear it. Sit with it. Breathe into it. Ask, what are you teaching me? What are you ready to release? And then when you are ready, let it go. Through tears, through fire, through silence, through ritual. You will know your way. This is the portal of August 17th. Not everyone will walk through it, because not everyone is willing to face the shadows. But you are here, listening, prepared. You were never meant to bypass the darkness. You were meant to transform it. Remember this: the deeper the descent, the greater the rise. What feels like death today will become the wings of your rebirth tomorrow. Trust it. Surrender to it. Let the shadow become your teacher, and you will emerge as the light you were always destined to be. Shadow work is not a weekend practice, nor a passing trend. It is the very work of the soul's evolution. If you feel lost right now, if you feel like parts of you are unraveling, know this: you are exactly where you are meant to be. The unraveling is not destruction. It is sacred dismantling. The old self must die, so the true self can be born. The Scorpio currents around August 17th demand this of you. They are not cruel. They are precise. They cut away what no longer belongs, what no longer serves, what no longer holds truth. Think of your life as a garden. For years, you may have planted seeds without intention. Some of them grew into flowers, others into weeds. Trauma, unprocessed emotions, and inherited beliefs are like roots tangled beneath the soil, draining life from what is meant to flourish. Shadow work is the act of digging deep, pulling out the weeds, facing the roots, and deciding consciously what you want to grow. It is messy. It leaves dirt under your nails. But when the clearing is done, the soil becomes fertile for miracles. This is why pain intensifies during times like this. Pain is not an enemy. It is a messenger. It tells you where your attention is needed, where your spirit has been asking to be freed. If you feel sudden loneliness, emptiness, or despair rising within you, listen closely. Ask yourself, whose voice is this? Often you will realize it is not yours. It is the voice of a parent, a teacher, an ancestor who spoke their pain into you. You have carried it long enough. You do not need to carry it anymore. The release will not be clean. It may come in tears that surprise you, in anger that feels too heavy to bear, in confusion that leaves you questioning everything you once believed. Do not resist it. Allow it. You are emptying your vessel so that light can enter. You are opening the hidden chambers of your heart so that truth can be restored. Remember, it will hurt, but it will free you. The Scorpio archetype teaches us this through its cycle. First, the scorpion, crawling close to the ground, defensive, afraid. Then the eagle, rising above with vision, seeing truth from higher ground. And finally, the phoenix, the bird of fire who dies in its own flames and is reborn brighter than before. This is your journey now. You are moving through these stages. You may still feel like the scorpion, heavy and afraid. But trust, your wings are coming. And when the fire consumes what is false, your rebirth will astonish even you. Do not underestimate the power of silence during this time. Scorpio energy thrives in stillness, in the depth of introspection. You may feel called to retreat from noise, from social distractions, even from familiar voices in your home. Honor that. Solitude is not loneliness. It is initiation. In silence, you will hear the whispers of your soul. In stillness, you will meet the shadows face to face, and you will see they are not monsters. They are wounded children, neglected pieces of you waiting to be embraced. When you give them compassion, they dissolve into light. One of the greatest acts of shadow work is forgiveness, not for the sake of those who hurt you, but for your own liberation. Forgiveness does not excuse the harm. It cuts the cord that keeps you bound to it. When you forgive, you say, "This wound no longer owns me." You release yourself from the prison of replaying the story, and you reclaim your power. It is not easy. It is one of the hardest things you will ever do, but it is also one of the most freeing. Ancestral healing is woven into this work. Think of your family line as a chain, each link carrying unresolved pain, unspoken truths, hidden trauma. You, chosen one, are the link that can break the cycle. When you face your shadows, you are not only healing yourself, you are healing your lineage. Imagine generations before you watching as you release what they could not. Imagine their sigh of relief as you free the bloodline. This is why the work feels so heavy. It is collective, but it is also why your healing ripples outward in ways you cannot even imagine. There is a sacred practice you can hold on August 17th to honor this. Light a candle, sit in stillness, breathe deeply, call upon your ancestors, not to repeat their pain, but to witness your release. Speak aloud what you are ready to let go of. Say their names if you know them. Tell them, the cycle ends with me. The burden ends here. I honor you, but I no longer carry this weight. As you speak, imagine the energy leaving your body, dissolving in the flame, rising as smoke. This is not symbolic. It is alchemy. The spirit world hears you, and the energy transforms. Remember also that your body is part of this transformation. The nervous system, stretched by cosmic frequencies, needs care. Rest when you are tired. Drink water as though it were medicine. Place your bare feet on the earth and let the planet absorb what you cannot hold. Shadow work is not just mental, it is embodied. Treat your body as sacred ground, for it is carrying you through this metamorphosis. And finally, trust the cycle of rebirth. Do not cling to what is falling away. Do not mourn the masks that no longer fit. What is leaving your life is clearing space for what is destined. The job that ends, the relationship that shifts, the belief that crumbles. These are deaths, yes, but they are also openings. Life does not take without giving. The universe is not stripping you, it is preparing you. So walk boldly into the fire of transformation. Cry, scream, tremble if you must, but do not stop walking. On the other side of this passage is the phoenix rising. On the other side of this shadow is the light of your true self, whole, unbreakable, radiant. This is the gift of Scorpio's intensity, the medicine of shadow work. And though it may hurt, it is the pain of birth, not the pain of ending. You are not dying. You are being reborn. Chosen one, wisdom without action dissolves like mist. The cosmic currents of August 17th are not meant to simply be understood. They are meant to be embodied. This portal is alive, and it responds not only to your awareness, but to your practice. Rituals are the bridge between spirit and matter. They signal to the universe that you are not a passive observer, but a conscious co-creator. On this day, align yourself through sacred acts, and you will feel the energy move through every part of your being. Begin with the element of water, the eternal purifier. Step into a warm shower or bath, not as routine, but as ceremony. Close your eyes and imagine the water washing away every thought, every heaviness, every imprint from others that does not belong to you. Whisper softly, I am cleansed, I am renewed, I am ready. When you emerge, let your body feel light, as though the weight you carried has dissolved into the flow. Next, take time with a mirror, a sacred portal to the self. Sit in silence before your reflection, a journal nearby. Look into your own eyes and ask gently, what am I hiding from myself? What truth longs to be spoken? Do not force answers. Let them rise naturally, even if they come as whispers or tears. Write what emerges in your journal. This act opens the locked doors of the subconscious, allowing the hidden self to breathe. Affirm aloud, I see myself clearly. I choose my true path. The third ritual is a release of fear around survival and abundance. So many of us carry unspoken anxieties about money, worth, and provision. Take a sheet of paper and write down every belief that chains you. I am not safe. There is never enough. I am unworthy of prosperity. Then fold the paper and submerge it in a bowl of water mixed with a pinch of salt. Watch as the water begins to soften the ink, erasing the words, dissolving the weight of those beliefs. This is your sign that scarcity no longer has power over you. Say, I trust my needs are met. I live in divine flow. The fourth practice is a meditation for your third eye, the gateway of vision. Sit comfortably, spine straight, eyes closed. Place your fingertips gently on the space between your brows. Breathe slowly, imagining a sphere of indigo light glowing brighter with each inhale. See this light expanding, clearing fog, opening your inner sight. With every exhale, release doubt, confusion, and fear. Stay with this until you feel a sense of clarity or gentle pressure in your forehead. End with the affirmation, I trust my intuition. I see with the eyes of the soul.